Cindy, Kelly, good morning. Top of the morning to you. So glad you guys could join me today. That's not a big surprise though. You know I'm happy that you're here. Oh, hold on, I gotta get my pillows. Good morning, Kelly. Good morning, good morning. We talked the whole night through. Good morning to you. Got my trusty timer. Okay. All right, guys, I got an amazing session planned for us today. But you knew that, didn't you? That's why you're here today. All right. So just remember, guys. Good morning, Catherine. Good morning, Marjorie. So remember, guys, this session is all about you. It's all about self-care. It's all about me search and cultivating a good relationship with yourself. All right, so we'll get started in just a second here. While you're sitting there waiting, I want to invite you to bring your attention into your breathing this morning. And just notice the quality of your breathing. Not necessarily the quality, because maybe that's a judgment, but just be aware of your breathing. And please, please, please modify all movements today to work for you. If anything feels sketchy, dial it down. Change the speed, change the position, change the angle, and make this session the best one ever, okay? So without further ado, we're going to get started. We're going to start on our backs, so you can go ahead and lay down, please. Lay on your back, get into a nice, comfortable position. We're going to start with two things this morning. I'm going to introduce you to some Hawaiian words, some Hawaiian medicine of sorts. We're going to do two things while we're on our back. We've been doing it every week anyways, but I just figured I'd give you the Hawaiian word for it because that's where it comes from. We're going to do Opu Huli. Opu is the stomach and Huli means to turn. We're not going to be turning our stomach, but that's the term to describe visceral manipulation or abdominal massage. The other thing we're going to do is something called ho'oponopono. Pono means righteous or to make things right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our attention inside our body and we're going to focus on cultivating a healthy relationship with everything that's working behind the scenes, right? So everything that's connected to our autonomic nervous system, we can become better stewards of our physical vehicle if we, or especially if we cultivate a good relationship with ourselves. So while you're laying on your back, just go ahead and get yourself into a nice, comfortable position. Let's get this show on the road. All right. So nice and comfortable, nice and relaxed. You can place your hands on your abdomen if you like. And my Hawaiian teacher would always tell me, when you want to massage your internal organs, all you got to do is baby it. It's not really about how you move it this way or that way. In fact, sometimes the mind has a difficult time comprehending the, all that is, or the mind of God, for lack of better terms. So it's just about babying it. So just place your hands on your abdomen and just like if you were holding a little infant in your hands, like that energy of like, ooh, so gentle. Let that be how you touch your abdomen today. And just continue to breathe and relax. And just you can send gentle waves of movement through your spine, but more so focusing on the micro movements and not so much big movements. So if you do start to move your spine and rock your pelvis from side to side, see if you can just start to mine for the little movements, to become aware of the little intricate movements, 360 degrees around each vertebrae. Just see if you can let go of unnecessary tension. Let your breathing be as relaxed as possible. So as you're breathing in, you breathe in slow. As you exhale even slower, almost like you're blowing through a straw. Feel the sensations of the ground underneath your back. Feel the sensations of the ground underneath your shoulders, your legs. And notice as I give you the cue to bring your attention somewhere in your body, notice that energy flows where your attention goes, right? Because if you can feel a part of your body, that's your nervous system, which is electrical and chemical. So as those as those signals travel through the body, that's electricity, and that's energy. So it's not some esoteric weirdness. It's just totally grounded in science. Focus your mind on different parts of your body and just relax as much as you can. Inhale, exhale. As you exhale, continue to exhale very slowly. Recognizing that when your body is relaxed, it gives your body the best opportunity to heal, recover, and restore. Not to mention prepare you for more movement. All right, so from here, we're going to take our hands on our abdomen. If they aren't already there, we're going to do some gentle clockwise circles. Gentle clockwise circles. So specifically making sure that you go into this lower area here. So you have your hip bones in the front right here, and then the pelvis right down here. This is the lower triangle. Make sure that your hands are making that all the way into this area. There's no wrong way to do this. As long as you're massaging your abdomen, you're going to be all right. Continue to breathe expansively as you do this, and see if you can notice how far down your abdomen moves as you breathe. You want to see if you can get that lowest part of your abdomen to move as you're doing your diaphragmatic breathing this morning. Inhale, exhale. So let's go ahead and bend one knee, foot flat on the ground. We're going to press into that heel, and we're going to massage both the front and the back side of your abdomen. So just so you can see what it looks like, it's going to be like this. Doesn't matter which side you do first. We're just giving a nice gentle massage into the back side. That's where your kidney lives. And it's also a good way to massage your intestine 360 degrees. Nice and relaxed. Nice and smooth. Start to turn your attention into what your body's already doing. So imagine that your body is capable of greater things. All the coaches and personal trainers I ever talked to, they all agree that very few humans reach their or actualize their greatest potential. And what does that mean? It means that we got a lot of untapped potential inside. And let's go ahead and tune into that potential by using your powerful imagination to imagine yourself healthy, strong, and adaptable. Nice and strong. Imagine those intestines totally beautiful and able to assimilate and absorb energy and distribute it throughout the body. If you feel any discomfort, thank your body for that. Like, oh, I'm so thankful. I could feel I need a little bit more help in this region. Nice and smooth, nice and relaxed. Make sure you switch sides. So that's your Ho'oponopono. You're making things right with your body by tuning in with what's already happening. And then learning how to support and encourage that. That's Ho'oponopono, modified version. All right. So let's add a little bit to this. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our arms above our head. We're going to do a little pendiculation. Remember what pendiculation is? That's that good morning stretch. So you're just going to stretch your arms above your body. You're going to go ahead and add some gentle movements with the legs. Make sure you're getting a nice gentle sensation of stretch through the whole core and torso of the body. Stretch those arms out to the side. Get a nice good morning stretch for yourself without hurting yourself, right? Because it's not about straining, but really more about relaxing and opening the body. And then from here, with one knee bent, we're going to roll all the way onto our stomach. Once you're on your stomach, go ahead and place your hand over hand and just relax and rock your hips from side to side. Nice and relaxed, nice and comfortable. When you're ready, squeeze your glutes, bend your knee, roll back onto your back side, and roll to the other side. Same exact thing. So just roll and just feel the good sensations of the ground into your front side of your body. So we started supine, now we're prone. And we're just feeling the ground, massaging the front side of our body. Why? How? Because we can feel it. And we can learn to use our imagination for our benefit. Squeeze the glutes, bend the knee, switch sides. So rolling, relaxing, Just letting yourself feel nice and comfortable. You can post yourself up on your elbows just a little bit, extending by pressing through the crown of the head. Perhaps add a little rotation through the cervical spine. Looking around in your environment. Perhaps you're at the beach. You like being at the beach. You're noticing how beautiful it is. The water looks so gorgeous. The palm trees. Whatever you want to think. Okay, squeeze the glutes. Bend the knee. Switch sides one more time. Relax. See how ninja smooth you can be with each one of these movements today. Play around with pointing your toes versus flexing your toes. You can do whatever you like. Remember, this is your workout today, guys. This is your opportunity to develop your relationship with yourself or with this vehicle so that we can be better stewards of it. Okay? Squeeze those glutes, bend the knee, reach the leg behind. Okay, now that we're back on our backside, let's go ahead and bend both knees. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring our knees closer to our chest, and then we're just going to reach one leg across the body. So we're just doing a little bit more rolling, but leading with the leg. So this is the starting position. You'll straighten one leg, and then one leg will go across the body. Doesn't really matter how you do it. The idea is to reach through the foot. So you're just reaching through the foot. You can feel the ground massaging the top side of your posterior hip. Nice and relaxed. Nice and strong. Breathing deeply and expansively. Okay. Our next movement is going to be some rocking today. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our knees towards our chest, and you're going to flatten your low back on the ground. From here, let's bring our chin towards our chest, and we're just going to start to bring some momentum forward and back. The abdominal muscles are contracting here, okay? So you don't want to be thumping on the ground. You want to make sure those abdominal muscles, the sternum and the pubic bone, are drawn together. So you're creating a nice rounding in the low back. Feel the ground massaging your low back. And when you're ready, come up to a seated position. From this seated position, you can grab onto your ankles, pressing through the crown of the head, and squeeze the torso towards the legs. So you can see my back goes into an anterior tilt in this position, and I'm pressing through the crown of my head. Let's rock back again. Rock back. Come up. You can add a reach. Rock back. Reach, rock back, reach. You can play around with straightening one leg and keeping the other leg bent. And then always balance out the movements. If you do one thing on one side, try it on the other side too. See how it feels. Feel the sensations of the ground underneath your foot, underneath your leg. Nice and strong. This is a really good movement to start with. It continues that massage of the internal organs as well. Okay, so from here, let's move into our side bend sit. We're going to do some hip swivels. But in addition to mobilizing the hips, and you can go ahead and start if you like, we're posting the hands behind and moving our knees from one side to the other. What I want you to also pay attention to is what's happening in the shoulders, because we're going to be doing some crawling movements today. So we want to start to prepare our shoulders and our wrists. So at any point, I should be able to get myself into a position to get up safely. So you're posting your hands behind and swiveling those knees from side to side. Feel the sensations of the hip inside the acetabulum, the head of the femur, inside your hip joint, and just get that synovial fluid, that lubricating agent inside your joints. What happens is as we mobilize, that synovial fluid is produced and distributed throughout the joint. So imagine a squeaky, rusty hinge, and you put a little WD-40 on that sucker, and then what do you got to do? You got to move that hinge back and forth to distribute that WD-40. So that's what we're doing with our hips right now. And so no matter what you're feeling in your hips, again, you You can take your hips into a lot of different positions. I can go a little bit further out with my arms. I can take my legs in a little bit closer. Try a lot of different variations and see which one works best for you. Nice and slow, or rather at a speed that works for you. Nice and easy. You want to take those hands out of it? Feel free. Okay, so let's get right back into our rolling. So let's lay down on the ground, please. All right, so we're going to go ahead and continue what we left off with. So we're going to start with our feet flat on the ground. You're going to tuck your butt underneath. Belly button gets drawn to the spine. Lift one leg at a time. From here, you're going to reach one leg across and then bring it back to the center, switch sides. So you're just reaching, and see if you can reach for different areas or different points. Like maybe I want to touch my timer right here, or maybe I want to touch something that's over there. So see if you can bring your leg into different angles and different variations, and your connective tissue loves that. It loves variety. Your connective tissue wants to do as many things as possible. So look at your movement through the lens of nutrition. So you want to have, you don't eat an iceberg salad every day, right? You eat a whole bunch of different colors, and those different colors and different foods that we eat, that's nutrition. And same thing with our movement. You want to add as many different variables as you possibly can to give your body the most well-rounded nutrition. Movement nutrition. That's not my term. Katie Bowman came up with that concept. She's amazing. Look her up. Katybowman. She's an amazing resource. Lots of good books. She's got a good one called Move Your DNA. She's amazing. Lots of free resources online, YouTube, etc. All right. Whew. This is feeling good for me. I hope it's feeling good for you too. So let's go right back into our rocking. So we're just going to rock, and this time you can move yourself around a little bit if you like while you're rocking. If you want to bring yourself into your upright seated position and add your reach, do so. Rock it back, reach, and anytime you want to focus on the core, imagine somebody's trying to move you in whatever position you end up. So if somebody's going to try to shake you from your position, that's a great way to activate those core muscles. So if I come here and I imagine kind of taking a load into my hands, then I can just brace myself for that very gently, and that will help to activate the core. Reach, 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 reach. Rock it out. If you want to add to your rocking, feel free. So what I'm doing here is I'm bringing one leg in front and then just shifting my body weight forward and then slowly lowering myself right back down. So again, one foot's in front of the other. I can bring myself forward, lower down. So all of the movements we do, you can add whatever you like. I'm giving you these baseline suggestions for how we can move or what movement we're doing, and then you add to it to make it work for you. Just mind for the sensations, get in tune with the fluid dynamics of the body, get yourself nice and ninja smooth and relaxed. Smile while you move, notice how that affects your feeling inside your body. It's really fun that way as well. Okay, so let's get back into our hip swivels. This time, if you haven't done so already, take the hands out of it. So take those knees from side to side. And if you want, you can also add a reach. So we'll bring our knees from one side to the other and reach. Make it as difficult as you like. So obviously, if I take my hands out of it as I hinge forward, it's going to be much more difficult than using my hands. But work progressively. It's not about how hard you can do it. It's really about tuning in to what's gradual for your body, what's healthy and appropriate for your body. And make it simple. Doesn't have to be so complex. Remember, movement is nutrition. And we want to give our body the best opportunity to have good circulation and flow, because good circulation equals what? That's right, everybody. Good health. Good circulation, good health. Inhale, exhale. Make sure that you're breathing through your process. If you want to add a little rotation, post that arm around. Give yourself some rotation. Just make sure that you're long through the spine and that you're relaxing through the twist. You know, when we're moving, it's really important to imagine that we're trying to accomplish something. And one of those things we're accomplishing is just exploring our world and having a good time with it and feeling the body. Okay, guys, last set of rolling, so let's go ahead back on our backsides, please. All right, now from this position, what you can do is you can just start by swiveling your knees from one side to the other, nice and relaxed. Perhaps you want to start to recalibrate a little bit, right? Start to turn your attention back inside your body and get a little bit more of a meditative process out of it. You know, sometimes we need to work in as well as work out. And so part of what we're doing today is making sure we're giving ourselves exactly what we need, okay? And then from here, we can use either the arm or the leg, reaching across the body, rolling onto our abdomen, relax. You can lift the pelvis off the ground and rock your pelvis from side to side. You know, in some ways, if your movement doesn't look weird, you're probably doing something wrong. You need to look weird when you move. Okay? Rock from side to side. Feel the ground massaging your butt, your posterior hip, lateral hip, whatever. Relax. Breathe. Have a good time with it. You know, if you imagine yourself younger and healthier, your body responds to that. So if you can remember, and even if you can't remember rolling around as a kid, just imagine what would it be like to roll around as a kid, like wee, rolling down a hill, you know, relax, wee. Might sound weird, but I don't care. It's good for me, and I hope it's good for you too. Okay, let's go back into our rocking. One more set, please. So again, make sure that you're relaxed first and foremost. Feel the ground underneath your feet. Let's get right into our rocking. So you're tucking your butt underneath, bringing your sternum closer to your pubic bone. Get those feet up off the ground. Begin to rock. Perhaps you want to start with a little bit of a lift on this movement. So you're lifting your pelvis up into the air, pumping it up, and then coming right back down. And again, if you want to add a little bit to the part when you come up, feel free. Now imagine you're in your bed in the morning. You want to get up out of bed with a little bit more vigor. This is what we're practicing for. We want to be able to take care of ourselves. Now remember, guys, no matter what movement we do, it's helpful if you think about what this movement is doing on multiple levels. We're using the ground to massage our back. As we crunch, we're massaging our internal organs, especially as we add our breathing. As we create fluidity with our movement, we're decreasing the pressure on our nervous system, which helps our nervous system to function more productively, helps the pathways for fluids to be more open and supple. A lot of different benefits, and you can grow the benefits of your movement practice if you think about it. All right? Okay. Hip swivels one last time. So let's add a little bit to this one. So from our side bend sit, we're going to hinge forward at the hips. You can place your hands on the ground. We're going to press through those hips to come to an upright position and then lower down slow. So the spine stays neutral. I lower myself down with control, swivel the knees to the other side. Same thing the other way. So I'm hinging forward at the hips. I can press my hands into the ground or just use my glutes to press myself up. Lower myself down. Switch sides. So again, hinge, spine is neutral, press. You should feel a nice activation of the posterior hip and also the outside of the leg. Lots of good things happening here. But once you get upright, relax that spine. And then the movement comes from the hips. The spine stays the same position. And we're just using our hips to lower us down and press us up. Press, lower. Press, you want to add a reach. Feel free. Lower. Press, reach, reach, open the chest, do whatever you like, add whatever you like to make it work for you. Switching, pressing, and moving around. Okay, guys, let's go back onto our backside, please. We're going to do some bridging. So from our back, your feet are flat on the ground, knees are bent. You're going to tuck your butt underneath, draw your belly button to the spine, and press your hips up into the air. Now you can use your hands on the ground here, and you can also draw your shoulders closer together so you can feel that nice connection between the upper body and the lower body. So if you touch your glutes right now, hit your glutes, touch your glutes, and they should be on, okay? They should be contracting, all right? Now from here, we're going to do some bridge marching. So you're going to engage your core to keep your pelvis stable. You're going to peel one foot off the ground and start to march. One foot comes off the ground, and then the other. You want your pelvis to stay in the same position so you're not dipping down as soon as you lift that foot up off the ground. So you're in the same stable position, and you lift that leg off the ground. March it out. You can straighten the leg if you like, and that adds more of a quadricep type action to the movement. But every movement, I want you to feel it. Every movement, I want you to explore the sensations through the whole process. If you want to add some pumps where you're lowering your pelvis and lifting it back up into the air, that could be a lot of fun. And again, the choice is yours, whether you want to have your hands pressing into the ground or not. Remember, all of the movements involve breathing. So breathe nice and relaxed the entire time. Okay. So from here, we're going to do a supine knee elbow touch. So what we're going to do is, your knees are going to start in a bent position. You're going to hollow out the spine by putting your low back into the ground, tucking your pelvis under, and you're going to take your hands behind your head. We're going to bring opposite elbow and opposite knee together, just like so. The entire time you want your low back in contact with the ground. So we're doing this movement for about 50 seconds, so take your time, feel the movement, breathe deeply and expansively as you go. You can, use a lot of different variations in terms of how high or how low you allow your legs to go when the leg goes straight. Okay? Nice and easy. And see if you can push yourself through this one. You have about 35 seconds left, which is a little bit more than I said initially, sorry. But you really want to make sure you can also touch the opposite foot. It doesn't have to be only one way. It can be whatever variation works for you. Nice and strong. Got about 7 seconds left. The idea is to get those abdominal muscles activated. Okay, guys, let's roll onto our stomachs, please, and we're going to do some Superman push-ups. What that means is we're going to activate the posterior shoulder. So the hands are above the head, thumbs facing the ceiling. You're going to squeeze your glutes first and foremost, and that puts your pelvis into a posterior tilt. From here, you're going to focus on drawing your scapula together on the back side, and you're going to hold this for about 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, lower down. Okay, let's try that again. Squeeze the glutes, and then focus your attention on the sensations in the posterior shoulder. So a lot of times we move the humerus, which is fine, but we want to create more strength in the shoulder girdle by activating the muscles that are connecting to the scapula itself and the spine. So you bring it up for 5 seconds and lower it down. Okay? Squeeze the glutes, lift up, and again, in this position, you could be lifting your chest up off the ground, that's fine, but focus on pressing through the crown of the head and distributing that extension evenly through the spine. Lower down. Okay, so the sequence is always the same. Squeeze the glutes, get a nice, strong posterior hip activation, then press through the crown of the head and get those shoulders together on the backside. You want to feel, and you can even do a little bit of a lowering and lifting of the shoulders to feel the sensation of the scapula moving together along the backside. And if you don't feel it, that's okay. The repetitions will help in time. Okay, guys, let's rock it out a little bit, and then we're going to go back into our bridging. So go ahead and roll back onto your backside, please. Once you get to your backside, let's go ahead and tuck our butt underneath, draw the belly button towards the spine, press those hips up into the air. Now this time what we're going to do is we're going to do an overhead reach. Need a little bit more space. So what we're going to do is from our bridge position, we're going to tuck one shoulder underneath and we're going to reach the other hand over our head. And then come right back down. Switch sides. You reach and come back down. Reach and come back down. So you have so many different variations. I can even reach towards my foot, and you'll notice there's a sensation of compression between your shoulder and your arm and the ground. Breathe nice and slow through the whole process. Keep those hips up into the air. And you can even add like reaching through each one of the different fingers and notice how it changes the sensation of the movement. Imagine you had to grab something and you needed to bring it somewhere else. You're on your back. Again, you're at the beach. Gotta grab that beach towel. Oh, there we go. I don't know, maybe you don't like the beach, so maybe that's not the best analogy for you, but you can get one to work for you. All right, so back into my supine knee elbow crunch. So again, what we want is we want to get ourselves into position first. So get that low back pressed into the ground. The abdominal muscles are contracting, then bring the knees up, and then start with your rotations. You can also touch the ground. The idea is to get some rotational crunch in your movement pattern. And mix it up. Mix it up as much as you like. Slow it down. Make it go a little bit faster. Whatever you like. hold in any particular one position. You know, feel the sensations, the strength. Imagine somebody's going to try to move you from this position so you can get a more thorough activation of all the tissues. But whatever you do on one side, do something similar on the other to balance it out. You can imagine how this movement helps to massage those internal organs, especially the intestines. So we're getting those intestines pumped and primed, our plumbing worked out. And that's so very, very important, especially for our immune system. Okay, guys, roll onto your stomachs again, please, for those Superman push-ups. This time we're going to have our arms out to the side. So we did the first one with our arms in front. Now we're going to do the arms out to the side. I'll put a little pillow there, that's fine, but don't get too comfy. So thumbs are towards the ceiling, same progression. Squeeze the glutes, and then pressing through the crown of the head, lift your chest up off the ground. From here, draw your shoulders together on the back side. You can either do fluttering type action where you're lowering and raising those arms, or you can just hold in this retracted position. Hold for about 5 seconds, but if 5 seconds is way too easy, go for 10. Doesn't matter. You want to make sure that you're giving your all, 100%. So whatever 100% looks like to you, run your experiment. See how it goes. And then lower down when you're ready. Shake it out, relax. Feel the sensations of the ground underneath your abdomen. And then when you're ready, squeeze those glutes, press through the crown of the head, lift that chest up off the ground. Okay, this is really, really good, especially for all those times that we spend on a computer with our arms in front of the body. This is really, really good for that. You can also add a little bit of rotation if you like, just maintaining that nice contraction on the back side of the body. Lower down. One last time. Squeeze, lift, and breathe. Okay, guys, one more set of bridges. Let's go ahead and roll on our backside. Slowly, gently, easily. Get yourself into that nice supine position. All right, so this time we're going to add just a little bit more. We're going to do a kickback with our hips. So once we're in our bridge position, all we're going to do is we're going to lift one foot off of the ground. And with whatever foot's on the ground, we're pressing our hips back. It's almost like if we were trying to escape away from something, okay? But we're going to alternate sides. So you lift up, one leg goes straight, and you press back. Back to bridge. One leg goes straight, and whatever leg goes straight, you're pushing yourself away from that side. So from my bridge, I straighten one leg, and I press my hips back. Just imagine, you're just trying to get away from something. And that's the movement that we're trying to use. Press up, come back. You can press multiple times. Doesn't have to be just one, or you can do just one and continuously switch from side to side. Okay? So take your time, use a speed that works for you. Press those hips up, straighten one leg, and get those hips back up out of the way. Back those hips up. Keep breathing, keep smiling, keep having fun. Press, escape. Press, escape. And I like to keep my arms in close to my body. That's a good, productive practice to get into as well. Okay, so last set of knee, elbow, crunch. So again, knees bent, feet flat on the ground. Tuck that butt underneath. Bring those knees towards the chest. Interlace the fingers behind the head if you like. And begin your alternating elbow, knee, crunch. Nice and strong. Massage those internal organs. Feel the strength of the core. Try to keep that belly button drawn towards the spine and really give yourself an opportunity to feel the strength and the connectivity between opposite shoulder, opposite knee. So you're bringing your opposite sides of your body closer together. And this is really good for connecting and contracting and creating functionality of our spiral lines of connective tissue. Breathe in deeply as you go. Nice and strong. About 30 seconds left, guys. Hang in there. You can do it. Keep strong. Burn this last set out. This is the last set of abdominal focused work. So burn it out. Got about 12 seconds. Come on. Get it. Nice and strong the whole time. All right. Lower those legs down slow. Let's get onto our stomach. So one more time with the Superman push-ups. This time we're going to be in this position here. So the elbows are bent to 90 degrees. Thumbs still facing the ceiling. We're going to squeeze those glutes, extend and press through the crown of the head. Lift those shoulders up off the ground. See if you can really challenge yourself to get a little bit longer of a hold this time. 10, maybe even 15 seconds. Now, as you're in this position, guys, make sure you're breathing into the lowest part of your abdomen that you can. You almost want to be able to feel that breath in the lowest part of the front side of your stomach. And if you want, if you're feeling this a little bit too much in the upper shoulders, take those shoulders down a little bit and focus on taking the contraction a little bit lower through the posterior shoulder. If you want to play around with adding some gentle movements, you can. And when you're ready, lower yourself right back down. Shake it out, let go of tension, breathe nice and deeply. Real nice, strong, powerful breaths, guys. Feeling good. Let yourself feel good. And if you don't feel like crap this morning, then celebrate the fact you feel good and grow that sensation by imagining your health is amazing. Okay? One last time, squeeze the glutes, lift those shoulders up. All right. So from here, guys, let's place our hands down by our rib cage. You're going to curl your toes underneath and press yourself into a knee hand position. So to do that, we want to squeeze our belly button towards our spine, and we're going to press ourselves into a tabletop knee hand position. Okay? So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to practice some crawling transitions. First things first, we want to get our arms in a good position by having the pit of the elbow facing forward. We also want to make sure that our belly button is drawn towards our spine. You're going to lift your knees about an inch up off the ground and just feel the sensation of this position. You can rock your body weight around in a circle. You can bring your body weight forward and back. Just notice the sensations. Okay? So you're pressing into the ground with those toes. You're pressing into the full palm, but also the fingertips. Nice and strong. The shoulder blades are away from the spine, so you're not sinking through, but you're pressing into the ground. Okay? From here, we're going to lift opposite hand, opposite foot off the ground. Try to keep your spine in the same position the whole time. Nice and easy. Now, if this is way too easy for you, you can add a little bit of a crawl with it. But don't go too far yet. Just keep it nice and short and small. Lifting opposite arm, opposite leg. Nice and easy. Feel the strength of the arms, the shoulders, but also the legs. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, guys, so from here, we're going to do some lunge clocks. So let's come to a standing position, please. So from standing, feet shoulder width apart. I'm going to stand sideways so you can see. I'm going to bring my leg behind and I'm going to lower myself down, keeping a neutral spine, and come right back up. Switch legs. Other leg comes behind. Lower down, come right back up. Now we're going to step to the side. So we step to the side, and this is more of a lateral lunge. Come right back up. Other side. Lower down. And it doesn't matter how far you go. If this is as far as you're comfortable with, that's fantastic. Let's step to the front. Stepping front, lower down, come right back up. Switch legs. Lower down, come right back up. Now we're going to add a little bit to it. We're going to step behind and lower the knee, the back leg knee to the ground, and come right back up. Switch sides. Step behind, lower the knee to the ground, come right back up. Now we step in front. Step in front. Lower the knee to the ground, come right back up. Step in front the other way. Step in front, lower down. You can get your hands down onto the ground and come right back up. Okay, do two more of whatever one you liked the most. For me, I like the one behind and I like the one in front because these are some of the best glute exercises you could possibly do. Okay, nice and easy. All right, so from here, we're going to add some lateral movements. So we're going to start with some lateral hops. So what that means is I'm going to take myself and hop from one side to the other. So if your range is this, that's fantastic. If you could go a little bit further, great. Use a lateral hop that works for you. And focus especially on the landing being soft and also maintaining balance. So you shouldn't be boom, thumping on each side as you go. You want to be softly landing, softly landing, softly landing. If you want to add a little bit to that, once you land, you can add a little hop. So we go side, hop, side, hop, side, hop. Again, you want to make it as functional as you can. Maybe I got to hop over something, right? And whenever I need to get my hands involved, that's fine. Nice and easy. About 30 seconds left. If you're getting fatigued, hang out in the balance position and just explore the sensations of balance. Spreading those toes wide and really feeling the balance coming from the ground up. Be gentle with yourself, guys. If this is all you got, that's great. You're here this morning, and that's the main thing. Okay, so now let's lower our hands to the ground and do some more foot-hand crawl. This time we're going to add a transition to inverted crawl. So, from our tabletop position, get your shoulders and elbows in a good position. Lift those knees up off the ground. And as you lift opposite arm, opposite leg, the leg will go underneath. So now we're in an inverted crawl position. From here, we're going to make sure our shoulders are down, and we're going to add a little bit of walking forward and a little bit of walking back. Nice and easy. Now, when you're ready, opposite arm, opposite leg. The leg goes under the body. So now I'm in my foot hand crawl. Add a little bit of rocking. Breathe deeply and expansively as you go. Imagine you got to get around that crawl space. Check that plumbing under the house. Looking around, making sure there's no big spiders. Okay, and then when you're ready, opposite arm, opposite leg, and then the leg comes underneath. Now you're in your inverted crawl. Walk out. Breathe deeply and expansively, and when you're ready, go ahead and switch it back. The legs can be as close or as far as you want away from the hands. Okay, nice and strong the whole time. Okay, so let's go back to our lunge clocks, please. So from our standing position, stepping back first. This time, we're going to slow it down a lot, and we're going to make contact with the hand on the ground. Once our hand comes to the ground, we're going to come right back up. Switch sides. Leg comes behind, lower down nice and slow, make contact with the ground, and you really want to focus on the effort coming from the posterior hip to get yourself back up. Step to the side, lower down as far as what's comfortable for you. If you want to take your hands into another position, feel free. Come back up. You want to touch ground, it's a good option. Step to the front. Lower those hands down. Nice and strong the whole time. Switch sides. Okay, my personal favorite, step behind. This is really good. So if you feel the glute on that front leg, you're going to feel that thing really strong and active through this movement. Switch sides. Okay, front. Front. Let's go back a couple more times. Back. Back. Spread those toes wide. Breathe deeply and expansively the whole time. Add whatever little variations of movement you want to make this movement more productive for you. Okay, so this time our lateral movements are going to be a lateral shuffle crawl. So we're going to start from this deep squat position. We're going to reach one hand across the body, then the other hand, and we're going to hop those legs to the other side and take the hands up off the ground. Switch sides. So the hand comes across. I bring my body weight forward as I bring the other hand down, and the back leg initiates the hop. So it's like that back leg is going to shoot across the body. So you can go high with it, or you can go low. Maybe a combination of the two. You want to pause when the legs come off the ground? Feel free. Whatever you do, make sure that you spend time wherever you feel you need to. Honor your intuitive sense of what you need to add to all of our movements. 30 seconds left, guys. Always coming into that place where you can take those wrists off the ground, maybe add some gentle circular movements of those wrists. Keep those wrists nice and fluid and move at a speed that works for you. Doesn't have to be all that huge of a movement. We're just learning how to navigate our environment in different ways. Okay? Okay, guys. Last set of foot hand crawl. This time we're going to add get-ups. So, from our foot hand crawl position, lift those knees up off the ground. And what we're going to do is we're going to back our hands up towards our legs, and we're going to press through the glutes to come to standing. Lower yourself right back down. Walk those hands out. Keep the knees off the ground. Lift opposite arm, opposite leg. Now we're in inverted crawl. Walk those hands forward. Come to standing. Lower down. Repeat. Okay? So we're going from inverted crawl to foot hand crawl. Stand. Lower down. Foot hand crawl to inverted crawl. Walk your hands forward, stand up, lower down. You guys get the point. Okay? So use the amount of movement, the amount of speed that works for you. You want to add a little bit of crawling first before you actually come to your standing position. Feel free. Quality over quantity, guys. Make sure you're really focusing on the quality of the movement the whole time. That's number one. Okay, guys. All right, so last set of lateral movements. This time we're going to add a roll. So let's stay in this position we're in our knee hand crawl position. And what we're going to do is we're going to lower our hips to one side and roll so that we're in the other position now. Let's switch sides. So you're just dropping your hips to the side, lowering them down, rolling over the posterior hip. Now I'm in knee hand crawl, the other position. Switch sides. So roll it down, come up to your knee hand crawl. Okay, lower down, knee hand crawl. If you want, you can get yourself back to your upright position, lateral shuffle or a lateral hop, and then add your roll. So I hop, lower, roll. Maybe I roll again this way. Get up, hop, 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 roll. This is where you add your last set and have a little fun with it, guys. We're almost done. Hang in there. Hop, 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 hop. Roll it up. Roll it up. Almost done, guys. Got about 10 seconds left. Keep up the good work. Roll it out. Okay. All right, guys. Congratulations. It's time to cool down. Start to stretch it out a little bit. Let's sit down on our butts. Now, if you have a pillow, put it underneath your glutes, please. And what that'll do is it'll keep your hips higher than your knees. Okay, from here, we're going to get into a split leg. I don't know what you want to call this, but take your legs out to the side. And what we're going to do is we're going to focus on length through the spine, first and foremost. If you're super flexible, feel free to already bring your body weight forward. For me, I need to take my hands behind me and work my way gradually. So I draw my toes towards my nose. I contract the quadricep muscles just very gently. And here you can start to close your eyes so that you can start to dial it down. Dial down your breathing. Start to focus your attention inside. And start to slow down that breathing. Inhale, exhale, nice and slow. Allow your thoughts to come in and out of the mind without judgment. Just honor and be aware that they're there. To cultivate the most powerful version of ourselves, it's a good idea to engage in high levels of intense focus followed by intense relaxation. So slowly, gently, easily start to slow that breath down. Inhale, exhale, nice and slow. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to reach towards one leg. So we're getting a gentle stretch towards one side. You can keep those eyes closed. Don't worry about right or wrong, but rather focus on the importance of letting go and relaxing. Inhale, exhale, nice and slow. Go ahead and allow yourself to bring into mind something that you're thankful for today. Turning your attention inside and just watching how amazing your body is. Wow, my body knows how to relax itself, truly. And if I focus on it, I can help it. Relax, unwind, be very aware. Breathing in expansively, exhaling nice and slow. Come to the center, switch sides, just allowing your hands to move down the other leg. You can add some gentle massage if you like. Anything you want to add to increase relaxation. Allow your mind to become relaxed. Imagine your body healthy, strong, and adaptable. Let's go ahead and bring both legs into a cross-leg position in front of our bodies, please. From here, we're going to press through the crown of our head and just continue relaxing ourselves as much as we can. Let all tension go. From here, you're going to take your hands in front of your body and just walk your hands out in front of the body into a nice forward fold. Lower your forearms down onto the ground. You can allow your forehead to come down towards the ground. Let go of the tension in the neck and shoulders. Feel the opening of the backside. Nice and relaxed the whole time, guys. Let's go ahead and come to an upright position on our mats. We're going to bring the arms out to the side as we breathe in. Opening up the chest, bring the palms together, and then float them down heart center as you exhale, nice and long and strong. One deep breath cycle here, please. Drop those shoulders away from the ears. Relax any tension in the spine. As you take in your next breath, go ahead and float those arms out to the side. Palms come together above your head. Float the hands down heart center as you exhale, nice and slow and strong. Give yourself a moment to relax. One more time, guys. One more deep exhalation, floating those arms out to the side, opening up that chest. Palms come together. Exhale, lower those hands, heart center. Thank you guys so much for moving with me today. I had so much fun. I hope you guys had a ton of fun. We got a little bit of a break coming up here. And Kelly, thank you. I hope you have a good holiday. I hope I see all of you guys next year for some more movement, some more fun. And just thank you guys so much for being here today. I really appreciate all of you. You're welcome, Catherine. Happy holidays. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Have a great break, guys. And thank you so much for being here. Keep up the good work. Keep moving. Keep smiling. Keep breathing. And keep loving. Okay, guys? Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And lots of love to all of you.
Okay, guys, that's a wrap. If you like this video, type loved it in the comments below. Also make sure to press that like button. And if you want more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. Alright guys, take care. Peace.